like the biggest story out there right now is LeBron winning his fourth MVP, and the fact that he didn't win it unanimously. People seem to be making a very big deal about that fact, and to be honest with you, I don't see why it's that big of a deal. I don't think he should have unanimously won it. I do think he was the best player in the league, but doesn't mean he should unanimously get it. You got 121 people out there voting. Why should 121 people all sit there and say, yes, he's automatically the number one MVP? Everybody's got their own opinions on what people want, what they want to see out of an MVP. I don't think that you should expect 121 all to agree on one person.
No, he's listen. It's not the award for the best player in the league. The best player in the league is LeBron James. There's no denying that.
And we know that going into the year.
Whether you want to put Durant or Melo or whoever behind him, Kobe, LeBron's the best player in the NBA. But the award is for most valuable player. So I understood why even one person, even if it's 120 people who saw it one way, one person might say, well, this guy might be a little bit more valuable to his team. Was a guy from, I believe, the Washington Post. So it wasn't like it was a New York guy even that put that one, token vote in for for Melo. It was somebody else. And he was a little shocked he was the only one.
He was. Like you said, you heard it. The guy's already done like 5 interviews today. Gary Washburn's his name. And I'm with you completely, Pixel Junkie. I think in our chat room, I think that he explains it perfectly. Look, you take LeBron James.
Boston reporter. I thought it was a Washington Post reporter.
Like he says, though, in every interview you've heard him do today, his reasoning is perfect. If you take LeBron James off of Miami is still a 4th or 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, especially this year if you consider all the injuries that hit some of the better teams in the East with Chicago and Boston and even a team like Philadelphia who went 2 rounds last year and took Boston to 7 games in the second round. Everybody, a bunch of teams in the East got ravaged by injuries this year. You take LeBron off of Miami this year, Miami's still a 4th, 5th seed, maybe even a 3rd seed. Where if you take Melo off of the Knicks for the entire year, you're talking the Knicks are more likely to be a lottery team, maybe fighting to get that 8th seed, than a team with 50-plus wins and the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and I believe a top 4 or 5 record in the entire NBA. And that's why I think Washburn explains it perfectly on why he voted for Melo. Durant got no first-place votes. I understand that. Durant, over the stretch of the year, was not consistently the same player where LeBron has given you the same performance night in, night out. I mean, this literally was the best year of his career. Literally. And he won 3 MVPs before this year. So it's hard to sit here and just be like, oh, well, how can you just give it to LeBron again when the man's won 3 and this was the best year of his career? I don't have a problem with LeBron getting the award. I don't. But I also have no problem at all with Washburn voting for Carmelo Anthony to be an MVP because I believe he was part of the conversation. You had Durant come in second in votes for MVP, but he didn't receive any first-place votes. And then, you're still talking guys like Chris Paul. You're talking guys like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant pretty much put the Lakers on his back, and it caused him to ruin his ankle or his Achilles. From all the stress he put on himself trying to carry the Lakers, Kobe Bryant ended up injured. That is literally what happened. I will bet money on that's why his leg went on him. But LeBron winning MVP, look, I don't have any issue with it. I think it's well-deserved. He put up the best stats of his entire career. You're also talking about the fact that now he joins a group of, I guess you would maybe say, the Mount Rushmore of basketball with Chamberlain, Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, and Jordan. He becomes only the 5th player ever to win this many MVP awards. And it's hard to sit here and act like the guy doesn't deserve it. He dropped 27 points a game, 7 assists, 8 rebounds, also averaged almost 2 steals and a block per game. he helped lead his team to 27 straight wins. During that win streak, he was shooting 60% or better for a stretch of like 11 games or something like that. He went off on for over 60% from the field. Yeah, I mean, now that's an interesting thought, Pixel, in our chat room, saying that the MVP voting should take place at the end of the season. If you're talking about also including the playoffs. The only thing is with that is that the MVP is a regular season award. So it's like, I mean, yeah, you can look at all of it, but it still is a regular season award. I mean, you have MVP of the playoffs, your finals MVP. You have all that stuff as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami goes on to win the championship. LeBron ends up getting the finals MVP too. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But it's an award that's meant for just the regular season. That's what it was created for, and that's how it's just going to end up being. I think I disagree with that a little bit, Pixel Junkie, in our chat room. Our buddy Felix, shout out to him. I think the MVP award still means something. I don't think guys go out there striving to win it. Like, I want to be MVP this year. But I think as an individual to win that award, I still think it means something to players. I do. Anything over there? I know I've been rambling, so.
No, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I think the MVP award still matters. There's no denying LeBron, like I've said before, is the best player in the game. He had a great season. He led the Heat to, I believe, a franchise record in wins. Put up the best stats of his career. Shot an unbelievable percentage. What did he shoot? Almost 58% from the floor.
I think
55.
It was 56% on the year.
56%. Still, just something ridiculous from the floor. And he was still the fourth leading scorer in the league. Just think if he would have taken a few more shots, he would have been the leading scorer in the league, probably without a problem. Does everything you ask the guy to do on the basketball court. He rebounds, he plays defense, he spreads the ball around. He plays along two other great players as well in Wade and Bosch and still shines above them. I have no problem with them giving this award to LeBron, especially this year in a year where, Derrick Rose didn't play. Kobe went down with an injury. Rondo's down with an injury. It wasn't necessarily a normal year, but it was a year in which LeBron was at his best, and I have no problem with them giving him this award. None. I'll be honest. If I had a vote, my vote would have been for LeBron James.
See, and I think that's the perfect way to say it, because I agree. If I had a vote, I would have ended up voting for him too. No matter how badly I may dislike the man, more based on rivalry and the fact that my Bulls will probably never beat that team the way it's assembled right now in a 7-game series. Outside of that, you can hate a guy all you want, but you got to respect what he does. And LeBron James, when a guy can go into an NBA season and tell himself, you know what, I want to lead the league in rebounds this year, and then go do it, or I want to go lead the league in assists or points or blocks or LeBron James is one of those guys where he can make that a goal and he could go do it. He's that damn good.
Yeah.
And I think the scary part is the fact of the matter is this man most likely for at least the next 2 or 3 years is probably the best player in the league with hands down. But they probably won't give him the MVP again next year.
Yeah, the thing is, though, unless Durant or Melo or any of these scorers, even a guy like Kobe, could step up, facilitate a little more, and play a little better defense, that's honestly, to me, where Kevin Durant and Melo lack this year, is on the defensive end, in the rebounding, in the assist category, more than anything else. We know these guys can flat out score. No denying what Melo or Durant or even Kobe could do as far as scoring. This isn't an award for the best scorer. This is an award for the most valuable player, and LeBron James was that this year. He was the most valuable player in the NBA. Nobody holds a higher value on the basketball court than him.
No. And I think this is simply a fact of the matter is that there's just nobody that is as good as him right now. And it is what it is, and you accept it. And if you don't want him winning MVP, then as an individual player, you need to step up your game and be better than him, which is going to be very, very hard to do. But that's pretty much your option, or hope that your team as a whole has a really great year and you're the main reason behind it, because it's going to be hard to stop that man from winning MVP awards. It
Now,
really is.